What's up? What's up? It's boy yunglinkjr and Rapsody. I had Eve, name of the album. I was listening to this, man, just on my way back home from my step parents' house, and just listening to this album was a 3-hour drive. I was like, let me just go ahead and just listen to this album by Rapsody. And what I know about Rapsody, she's very lyrical. And I can attest to that when she made a song with Kendrick Lamar called Complexion back in the day with To Pimp a Butterfly. And I believe one of her albums, I don't know if it's Layla's Wisdom, but she was like, up for a Grammy, I think a couple years ago or something. And following with 444 album with Jay-Z and Drake and all these various artists and Tyler the Creator, and when he had Flower Boy. But Rapsody, man, coming from North Carolina, she really just give you all these elements of just deep thinking. Now with Eve, the whole essence of this was empowering women, especially women of color. I mean, for the most part, it was a deep conversation with black men. I felt like she wanted to really, just spread the message and bring black men back into, the importance of their black woman, psychologically, emotionally, what they go through based on her perspective. And this was a risky project. I really thought this project was going to be like, one of those projects that women just was going to bash the men and just say a lot of negative things about them. And I was going a little bit turned off on it. And this is why, I had that perception like, man, I don't even want to listen to it. But hey, I was just stuck in traffic. It was a bad accident. I was like, let me just listen to this album. I got a good 3 hours of driving. I got to say, I'm thoroughly impressed, man. I really like things with substance. I was talking to my friend, and he's starting to understand, like, hey, man, you should check out Rapsody, check out these other artists, man, because I'm dying to listen to something with substance. I mean, I'm not saying don't hurry up and educate me, but for the most part, as an artist, man, you kind of get sick of listening to the same thing that's on the radio. It's nothing wrong listening to trap music, but it's like candy. Eventually, you're going to want some fruits and vegetables, man, in your diet, man, if you want to feel a lot better. And I feel like this is what Eve brought to the table, man, in this album. Now, with this, I really like how deep she was, man. How she was climbing up the ladder with her music industry, and how she's not going to negate her values in order to make a dollar. One of the witty signs and just rhymes was her talking about Ebony in third person. You look at Ebony magazine, Ebony on these like adult websites and stuff like that, and it has a negative notion about it. But she said Ebony, even though it's a queen, she supposed to be government magazine, but she's a queen and she's powerful. Like she's amazing. I like how she really implemented that in her lyrics, man, with a nice beat. And I was just like, wow, like if it was like a woman going out here and trying to really improve her life and wants to see something great and feel like their value in this world, I think this album will change their perspective. This album will sit up here and say, you know what, I am somebody, I am something. And I think this is what Eve brought to the table. Now this is risky because she could have really easily messed this up. I mean, she even had Jizza rapping on Liquid. That's Liquid Swords, and Liquid Swords, that is a very, very like freaking classic beat, man, and you cannot mess that up. When I heard it, when the beat switched and changed, man, I was like, oh crap, man. So the production level of this was even excellent, man. You got the song Affinity when her and PJ Morton, I mean, that was some more of a vibe. I felt like with Anderson .Paak, I mean, that was the last track of the album, and that was a good way to close. You had Aaliyah, you had I think it was Cleo was really good, man. Nina, she started off with Blood on the Leaves, man. She rapped on that beat, and I'm just like, man, this is really good. And I'm just saying, man, like, I don't know if it's classic because I still have to listen to all the rest of my elements on my way to work, on my way to school, so in church, in the shower, I mean, you name it, anywhere, man. But as far as this, man, I gave it at least like 3 listens, and 16 tracks. I say about maybe good 11, 12 of them is worth listening to. And does this album has a huge replay value? I don't know, maybe about. It probably do. I probably visit this track, this project every now and then. But this this album is nothing that you will bump to in the club. Don't get me wrong, it has some sweet beats with her and featuring JID. I was very surprised with that. The one song with Queen Latifah, and I haven't heard Queen Latifah in decades, y'all. From besides the Unity, UNITY, but you know she was focusing on more of her movies, and you know going into that era of the entertainment. But Queen Latifah, man, she murdered that beat. And I was just like, wow, like, I mean, you would think this is the Queen Latifah back 20 years ago, man. And she was just murdering it, just on beat. Everybody did their part, bro. And I was just like, damn, this is some good substance. This is some good music. And, you know, you may get bored with this song, with this album, if you just got the mindset of, okay, I just want to listen to some trap music. I just want to listen to music to get me hyped up going to the club. Like, this is not the type of album. And if you're really not a fan of Rapsody, you still listen to this. But man, it was cool, man. I mean, she really mixed everything up. It was a little jazzy feel, and at first it started off a little slow, but as it progressed, and I continuously to listen to more of the album, man, as it gone down to, especially to Sojourner featuring J. Cole, man. They both from North Carolina, and J. Cole, man, murdered that beat as well, man. And I was just so good. It was so impressed, man. I was like, wow, this is excellent. This is really good, man. This is some good things that you can really check out from. You know, just how it's just like you return, like she's talking about the dollar bills, and you said men claim, you know, to be boss but have no staff. Like, it was just kind of cool. I was like, dang, man, like, you know, she was just really kind of sitting down like the black woman, listening to her as a therapist and breaking down like, okay, black men, this is what we have. This is our women kind of need you right now. Come back. And I think this is the message that she was portraying. And yes, even though this album may be for women, but I really feel like it's for men as well. You know, especially black men of color, man. Just like go in here and just absorb this information. And it's nothing too lyrical to the point that you can't understand it. I mean, it took like a couple listens, but man, I think this is good, man. I mean, I really hope, like, even though she signed with Roc Nation, that she doesn't veer off to anything negative about, you know, just going I'm not saying, you know, her going back to the Nicki Minaj or the Cardi B's and stuff like that, but I don't want her doing that because she's creating momentum, man, as a lyrical rapper. And I believe personally she's better than like Cardi B, even though they make like different type of music. She's probably better than Nicki Minaj. I mean, for real, like this is some good stuff, man. It's something that you can really take away from. And for me to actually name this as a classic, I can't name that as a classic now. I mean, I gotta wait till some time to progress. If this is a project that I'm gonna listen to maybe 5-6 years from now, am I gonna pick this up? I don't know. So it all, you know, it's a little concern with me, but for the most part, man, this is decent, man. And Rapsody, listen to this and continue to do what you're doing, and portray that message. You know, and she's not afraid to be herself. At the end of the day, man, like, you still can utilize this platform, how powerful you are. And then she talked about how powerful she is, you know, as a woman, but, you know, as a man, you know, they are the glue to each other. And I think that's the whole message that she was giving out to here in this project. I could be completely wrong, but that's what I got from it after listening to 16 tracks of this. And I mean, just go ahead and check it out. It's really not that bad, man. If you really like sonically, I can connect to it. On the first 3 songs, when we got to before we got to Whoopi, I was like, all right. But when we got to Oprah, man, that was really an upbeat song, and talk about, you know, her perspective. Oprah got money, got, you know, all this stuff, but, you know, you got to bring back into reality. And is it really worth it? You know, she's saying I was swimming really hard till I realized it was currency, and I was just enjoying the ride and let God. I'm just like, man, that is really good. That's just something that you should do, like, individually as a person, man. You know, let go, let God. Like, I really think about this, man, in the world and things and that we go through on a day-to-day basis, man. But this was a lot of elements, a lot of intimacy here, man. Metaphorically, it was really great. And I'm a person of literature. I really like words and the wordplay, which is good, man. I'm glad it's a female rapper like MC Light. You know, people back in the day, man, she might be the MC Light of our generation. But shouts out to her, man. Rapsody, you cold. She cold, man. I might have to listen to Layla's Wisdom, even though they came out in 2017. But my favorite tracks is a Sojourner, a Finny. I gotta say the one with I can't even pronounce it, but one with her with JID. I love that. I love Aaliyah. That was really good. Oprah. That's a good song, man. What else? I'm trying to think at the top of my head. think I know some other songs. Nina was good. That was the opening track. But it was just powerful. I was just like, wow. This is something that I can listen to. You can vibe with a woman, man. That's just on that conscious stuff. This is for the conscious and the Starseed children. I feel like, you know, this is where she's getting after it. And let's just see if she's gonna be even more lyrical, man. I won't be surprised she's actually featuring Joey Badass in one of these her up and coming projects, man. But the features, it really shocked me. It really did, and they delivered. They delivered, man. Her and K Roosevelt. K Roosevelt did a song together. Excellent, man. Killed it. He sung the lyrics. He sung the chorus of the song, man, and that was extremely important there. But the melodies, the piano version, man, this is really why I want to get into piano. Like, just her. Sonically, this was good. I was so impressed, man. I'm a dude for, like, you know, for pianos and trumpets in the background, and guitar, electric guitar. Going here, man, and she executed. She executed with this, because this could have went to the left. I mean, this could have been a really. She could have really messed this up, man. It could have been mediocre as far as, like, just if she would have portrayed a message like, hey, you know, women are better than men, all that stuff. I'm like, man, that would have hurt her career. But it wasn't. I really wasn't offended as a man listening to this project. I wasn't. And I'm not afraid to say that. But is it something I'll bump to, like, you know, studying and stuff like that? Yes. If I'm on my way trying to get hype, maybe a few tracks her with JID. But this is something when you're in deep thought, I feel like, and, you know, you're immersing yourself. And it's just thinking about your life and what your next move is, especially if, you know, if you have a ride or die chick with you, man. But I think this is really good, man. This is a good message, clearly, to the black family and black young couples. It's your boy Young Link Jr. Not gonna draw this long. You guys continue to like, comment, subscribe. If you guys enjoy this album, if you hate this album, please, you know, put it in the, you know, comment section, man. And if you don't want to donate, that would be great too, in the PayPal section. Email me for any topics at writing9312@gmail.com. You guys take care. Rapsody, I give this album 7.8 out of 10. 7.8. I think this is fair enough. And yeah, that's all I really have to say. I'm out. Take care.